I've got a question for you. If you had $200 to spend on a Roxy Porsche, which would you rather have? Would you rather have the Hot Wheels Roxy Chase for this much? Or would you rather have this Roxy, a 1/18 scale model, a very good 1/18 scale model at that? Asking for a friend. Today I am going to review the top speed model 1/18 scale Roxy, which is a 992 GT3R. Let's get it unboxed and let's check it out. What's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another 1/18 review. Today I will be reviewing the top speed model 992 GT3R Roxy. Model number TS0589. This is the basically alter ego sister car of Roxy. If you guys remember that review, it was a great, fantastic model. I'm not expecting anything less from this one. And honestly, this will probably be a quicker review since the cars are basically the same car, just slightly different livery. But we'll go through this bad boy, or bad girl, and see how it stacks up. Now, I've had this car sitting on my friggin' desk for probably about a month now, and I feel really bad. So the time has finally come to review this car, and I'm super excited. So let's get going. Alrighty, this is my second top speed model. Again, very first one was the Roxy, the number 77 car. Super duper nice model. I really enjoyed having that model and reviewing that model. This one is definitely a special model as well. AO Racing, they don't typically run the Roxy livery all that much, but actually this car is going to be coming back, and Roxy is actually going to be racing here in a couple of weeks at Laguna Seca. So it's going to be fantastic to see this beautiful car racing. So this particular rendition of Roxy is going to be from 2023, the IMSA Challenge at VIR. This car pretty much identical to the original 992 Roxy, which is number 80 car. This one is sporting the number 80. The Roxy that I did get is the number 77 car with the red accents. That one participates in GTD Pro. This was in the GTD class, which was why it kept the green accents as opposed to having red. But I believe the upcoming race at Laguna Seca, I believe it's definitely going to be Roxy, but I think it'll have red accents, which is going to look really sweet. All right, let's slide this out of the box. And again, top speed model come in these cage style packages. So you get a pretty decent plastic base, nothing too snazzy with the cage to go around it to protect it. But no display case, unfortunately, with these. I mean, for the price point of these models, you know, you can't be too picky about them. Excellent value. I think top speed model is definitely one of the best price 1/18 so far at roughly about $185 shipped. That's how much this one was, and that's how much my Roxy model was as well. All right, able to pull the cage up and away. Alrighty guys, we got Roxy in position, so let's have a look at her. Again, very strikingly similar everything compared to the Roxy, even down to most of the sponsorship stickers, but we'll still go through it. It's been a little while since we've done Roxy, so let's start fresh with Roxy, shall we? So one thing that's really great about the top speed models that I really like are the front canards. Very proportionate, very accurate. Unlike Roxy, this one has pink on top and bottom, and I mean just matching color with the vehicle itself. Roxy actually has kind of partially a black one, and then a green one on top. Great quick disconnect for the front bumper. Very good, very close to Spark level quality. Now that I've gotten a chance to review a handful of Sparks, I can tell you that this is no slouch as well. This model actually comes with yellow tinted headlights, and I love that. That's one thing that the 77 car misses, is that that one does not have yellow tinted headlights like the number 80 car, because the classes are different. Believe it or not, that's a class related thing usually. I believe the slower cars run yellow headlights, either slower or next step down. Again, this is GTD, this is not GTD Pro like Roxy was. So yellow tinted headlights, very nice. We got the infamous Roxy and Roxy mouth decal on the front, friggin' awesome. And then turning Roxy to the side, we have the same fabulous black BBS wheels. They do have BBS stickers on the inside here. You won't be able to see them from this angle, but I'm sure you will catch them on the turntable. Just like Roxy. Number 80 badge, WeatherTech sponsored event. Again, WeatherTech logo. And then you have a Multimatic sticker here. So one thing that's really, really awesome about the Roxy livery is the painted fingernails on the little claw. It's just so creative. So you have a blue nail and kind of a purple nail there. And then the Roxy foot coming up and over just like Roxy. The venting on this one is orange, so that's kind of a cool color contrast. I like that. And then obviously green number plate, green mirrors, green spoiler winglets, which have these nice little perforated holes in them, which is really nice. Going back to the wheels real quick, excellent slotted disc detail, as well as the brake calipers. They're not quite as detailed as the Spark ones, but they are still very, very good. And then some brushed silver center lugs. Another thing Top Speed does really, really good job at is their little digital display panels that go on the rear quarter panels. That's absolutely fantastic. I still have yet to see a better digital display than this. And of course, Roxy has it as well. Plastic windows. I gotta say, on the Top Speed model, the plastic windows are definitely beefier than the Spark models. They are a lot thicker than the Spark, I've noticed that. But the hardware detail is not as good as the Spark. So you can see them a little bit. They're kind of like a gray, kind of dotting that goes on the glass. It's very good. It adds a decent amount of detail to it, but it's not Spark level, unfortunately. A couple of quick disconnects again. Some quick latches for the rear bumper and the side skirt here. Very nice front fender cutout right here, very aggressive. We have excellent grille detail here. This is a true and through grille, and you can see the ducting or the channeling on the inside, which is very nice. And then you have your cool sticker, Michelin sticker, VP Racing sticker, and then another one right here that's a little bit too small for me to see. And looking at Roxy's rear end, no pun intended. So very nice spoiler detail. Again, this is a sealed resin model, so resin spoiler detail, big old AO sticker on top. The infamous GT3R, which the Roxy does have as well underneath the spoiler. Very nice. Pretty good taillight detail on the Roxy and Roxy. They're a little bit tinted, but they appear to be more tinted on Roxy than Roxy. So we got that pretty vibrant red lens there, and then the turn signal portion right here on the underneath is very black tinted. It's not even tinted. It's not even a lens. It doesn't even seem like. You could still convey the depth of the tail light with this. So overall, not too bad. Number 80 badge here, GTD class sticker here. We have our rain/fog light back here. We have a very nice rear camera detail, nice little piece there. Tow hook here, or tow strap, I should say. This is just a metal piece. It's not an actual strap. And then just like on Roxy, this is not a true grille right here. Unfortunately, it is just a black painted area to add some depth or to give imprint that it is a grille. And again, like Roxy, very, very good exhaust detail. These do appear to be metal tubes. Excellent muffler detail. You can see the clamping on the pipes going to the muffler itself. And then kind of a semi dry carbon finish. It's definitely different than the Spark, but it does appear to be dry carbon. Great detail, very large, very bulky diffuser. And again, a shot from the money angle. I always like to do this angle on my model reviews just so you can kind of get a grasp on the aggressiveness of the bodies. So again, very, very pronounced cutout, front fender cut right here. Very, very nice. Very wide rear end on the 992 GT3Rs. Again, very, very nice. And metal winglets, metal spoiler support. I think the bracketing that's on the top of the spoiler is fantastic. We'll take a better look at that from another angle, but fantastic detail there. In view from the right side, again, we have our very nice digital display right here, which again adds some great depth. I find that fantastic. We have our air charge port here. The lanyard is not a separate piece. It's kind of cast into the body, which is really strange. I don't know if it's glued down. I think it might be a separate piece that's just glued to the body right there. But it's there, so that's nice detail. Again, fabulous Michelin tires with the BBS wheels. Very good brake caliper and brake rotors. One thing I did forget to mention is that you can see the hardware on that center hub there, the rotor. Kind of like the Spark, not quite as pronounced, but it is there, so it's very nice. These wheels do not come equipped with valve stems like most of the Sparks that I have, but again, that's okay. That's kind of top echelon type level detail right there, so I'm not going to pun this model too much for not having it. Rear bumper quick disconnect, side skirt quick disconnect, front bumper quick disconnect. Got our Motul sticker and Michelin sponsorship sticker here on the front, and again, fabulous front canard work with this model. Taking a look right into Roxy's grill, we have our front tow hook right here, which is very small. It's not quite as large as the Sparks. Excellent front grill detail. I can't really see anything too much back behind there, kind of like on the Sparks, but that's okay. Front splitter does appear to be just kind of a piano black. It does not appear to be black dry carbon like on the Spark models. Of course, the infamous Rexy/Roxy mouth. IMSA sticker here, Porsche badge here. And this was kind of my disappointment on the Roxy model, was the lack of detail for the quick latches on the hood. I feel like they did a great job on the bumpers and the side skirts, but they kind of, at least to me, kind of chimped out on the front hood, and that's a little bit disappointing. Another disappointment is that this is not true through. There's not even black there to kind of offset the difference or to show that that's an actual open scoop. It's just paint matched, and the Roxy was the same way, unfortunately. So a little bit of detail skimped on the TSM model. Other than that, great headlight detail, yellow tinted lenses, fantastic leveling of the beams in there in the actual housing. Very, very nice. No complaints there with lens quality and headlight detail. Alrighty guys, got the camera raised up on Roxy a little bit so we can see the top, see what kind of details we're working with up here. So we'll start from the left side. You have your driver stickers here. So you have PJ Hyatt and Sebastian Priolo. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I've seen his name a lot, especially on the AO racing cars, but I believe that's how you say it, is Priolo, maybe, perhaps. I'm not the best at pronouncing names, so please forgive me. Looking at that back spoiler, you can see that bracketing I was telling you about, so that's really, really cool. Definitely some great attention to detail there. And flipping it over to the top, we have our escape hatch here. Unfortunately, not the most detailed fasteners on this escape hatch like the Spark. Spark puts little decals around these hardware holes on the escape hatch, so it's just a really nice feature to have. We have really good antenna details, so we have a large metal 90 degree. The Roxy does not have this particular antenna, so I find that interesting that this one did. This particular rendition of Roxy. A couple of telematic devices here, and one kind of little bit shorter antenna, and then a very short stubby antenna. So less antennas, minus this this metal antenna here, which is different. Roxy does not have those. So again, that's really good attention to detail. I am impressed by that for sure. So let's try to take a look at the inside real quick. Again, this was something that I found extremely pleasing about Roxy, was the attention to detail on the inside, and Roxy is no different. I will try to hold it still right here so you can get a really good view of that really very highly detailed switch panel. And then of course the steering wheel with the on-the-fly controls. So very nice. We do have left and right safety nets for the driver, as well as a very nice detailed seat that has Porsche, and it has the Race Tech logo on it, which is very nice. And I'll try to angle it right here. It's going to be a little hard to see. Might be better on the other side, but I'll zoom in here. Very nice AC vent ducting on that front right there, shooting towards the driver. It's a little bit longer. Probably see it right there. Very nice. I do like that. Black racing seat, black harness. You can see the buckles sitting on the seat right there from that angle, pardon the glare. And then of course, fully white interior, stripped out. Hashtag race car, very, very nice. And here's a look from the back window. Again, fishbowl effect. You can see completely through it. Got those various modules back there. I think that could possibly be the air compressor there on that back bench. But yeah, very good detailing with the center console. And I didn't notice this on the Roxy, it's possibly there, but there is a vent. I'll zoom in right there. There is an AC vent that goes past the driver's seat into that rear console. So that's really, really cool. Actually, I did not notice that. So unlike Spark models, the racing harness does not wrap around the roll cage on the back there. Would have loved to see that. A white roll cage, very, very good. Very pronounced, very well done. And taking a look through the right side window, again, pardon the glare. You can see that right side safety net there, and yeah, that's probably going to be a better angle to see that AC duct. So that's really cool. That's really good detail. Very nice. A couple of modules on that center tunnel, that center console, kind of mounted to it. And then just like on Roxy, we got some various modules, probably ECU, TCM on that right side floorboard. So very nice. And looking through the windshield, again, trying to miss that glare. Apologies if I catch it, guys. There is no defrost on the dash. I'm not sure if the 992s had that. And looking over at my Roxy, it did not have it either. But nice finish on the dash itself. Again, you can probably see that AC ducting coming out, as well as the display mounted to the dash. It's not on top of the dash, it is within the dash, it appears. And then good steering wheel detail with the paddles. You can see the paddles in the back there. So that is nice. And then of course, center wiper. Very nice. We do have our e-stop and our fire suppression stickers here, but we have no fire suppression bottle mounted on the inside. Not sure if it's supposed to be there, but Roxy does not have that either. We have the stickers, but we also have no lanyards too. So that's kind of a little detail I would have liked to see with it. Unfortunately, it's not there. And looking down on top of the hood, we do have our fuel fill here. The fuel fill on the TSM model is not quite as good as Spark, but it is there, and it does look good. It does look proper. The cooler detail is fantastic on TSM though. So Roxy is the same. It's kind of a silver finish, and it looks very, very good in there. So that's great to see. One thing I did forget to mention on the back was, again, just like Roxy, you got a great firewall here. And then you have your duct tubing, which is hard tubing going to those grills on the side of the body over here. So that's very, very good detail. So yeah, guys, there's Roxy in a nutshell. We'll take it off the base. We'll see if we got a smooth roller here, and we'll get it on the turntable along with its brother. Let's go. Alright guys, we're back with Roxy as well as her brother Rexy, both TSM 118 models. Great model, guys. Just a little tiny bit of details that I wish that TSM would just nail, just kind of like Spark does. Spark does such a fantastic job. The more reviews that I do with these 118 Porsches, the more that I realize that Spark is just kind of like the epitome of detail and quality when it comes to 118. But make no mistake, TSM is a great model, especially for the price. If you're able to get it on pre-order, or if you're able to acquire it soon after release, usually these can be had for pretty good price. We're talking less than $200 in most cases. Sometimes the model distributors will hike the price up a little bit, but for the most part, you can find these models for under 200 bucks. So what do I think about the 118 TSM Roxy? Well, it's a virtually identical model to its sibling Rexy. Great wheel detail, great rims, great brake detail, excellent work on the headlights. Taillights are pretty good. Lots of things going in favor for this model. Again, I have yet to find a 118 model with a better digital display for pole position. So I really do appreciate that about TSM. Again, I wish that they could just kind of nail some of these small details, such as the quick releases on the front trunk lid or front bonnet. And also, I'm not sure what it is about these TSM 992 GT3Rs, but a lot of them are kind of a little bit locked up in the front. I mean, I'm pressing down, giving it some I'm definitely giving it some pressure to get it to roll. The Rexy was the exact same way, but the rears, they turn very nicely. So again, I might take the base plate off of this and attempt to kind of lube it up a little bit, get it to spin a little freer. But I kind of wish they could just nail that down. Either just don't make it a roller at all, or make it a full-on unadulterated roller, kind of like a Spark is, which that would be my preference. But overall, guys, I'm really being nitpicky here. Overall, TSM is a fantastic model, and I don't think that you guys will be disappointed. The score that I'm giving this car is going to be a 9 out of 10, just like its sibling above. Again, fantastic model for the price. Very good detail. Again, when you collect Spark models, you get a little spoiled. You get really spoiled, actually, with the detail and the depth and just all these kind of little details that Spark has. It can kind of somewhat ruin the experience when you go to review another model. So Again, I'm being very nitpicky here. I think 9 out of 10 people who buy this model will be absolutely completely happy, and the 1% will still be happy like me and just nitpick about little tiny things that they see on their Spark model or their higher grade models. But overall, guys, it's one of the best bangs for the buck in 118 that I've seen so far. So absolutely no complaints and definitely no regrets. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoy my completion or semi-completion of AO racing via TSM 118. Again, there's going to be a lot of variations with number plates and things of that nature that are going to differentiate if TSM chooses to come out with those. For instance, they came out with the number 80 car in Roxy already, and the only real difference is that it has all green accents, has no red. I actually wanted the 77 car, and as I mentioned, Roxy is making a comeback in a few weeks with Laguna Seca, and from what I gather on that, it's going to be competing in GTD Pro, so it'll be wearing the red accents just like that Roxy up there. But that's going to do it, guys. I certainly hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found some value and some entertainment in this review. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. So remember, guys, happy hunting, happy collecting, happy customizing. And remember, it's about the cars, the 118 TSM Roxys, which are a way better value than buying a Hot Wheels Roxy Chase for the same price, not the money. We'll see you on the next 118 review, guys.